So we are back for another review, guys, and really exciting video for today because we have a Simgot and a $20 Simgot as well. This is the EW100P, and really excited about this because I did review maybe the more expensive Simgot, and I did like the performance there, especially for the money. You're getting maybe a mature, maybe sounding IEM, and a really nice competitor to your Moondrops, to your top competitors there in that price point. So here we have the Shark EW100P and $17 to $20 here, really nicely priced. And if it's anything maybe similar to the Simgot that we have reviewed before, this will be a really nice competitor in the $20 space. And I know, right, guys, second review in a while, so this might be a surprise for some because I haven't uploading actually before like crazy, but nowadays, of course, it's not as much. But I have another review for you guys today, and yeah, I'm lucky that I have another $20 maybe IEM because that is before what we mostly cover here in this channel, and I'm happy to see that we have more and more of those for 2023. But that for sure, I'm really delayed in a lot of maybe reviews, but I will try to cover as much as I can, of course. So I will cover the IEMs that are sent to me, of course. So we have Shark E100P as well, and the very glossy design here, not your usual chi-fi, and maybe some specifications here. So 32 ohm impedance, 122 dB in sensitivity, 20 to 20 kHz in frequency range, and a high performance dual cavity dynamic in-ear headphones. So this is a dynamic driver headphone, and this looks like a single driver as well. And yeah, let's try to unbox this with our new maybe unboxing look for you guys today. So this is a new style that I'm exploring, guys, because again, I don't have as much time as before. So maybe my future reviews will be more maybe casual. That's how I started anyway. So this is the types of reviews that I can do for now, because yeah, I am working on other stuff outside YouTube. Opening this up, this is gonna be our unboxing experience. Okay, wow, that's really surprisingly small there. So this is what I like about unboxing experiences. I would say though, not the most premium unboxing, but I like that the tightness of the overall design, and you have a box within a box, which is definitely something that I like. And this is for your accessories, and they even have some maybe gold trims there, or rose gold trims at the side, which is definitely nice. Of course, you're getting your tips, usual selection of tips. Looks to be good quality here, and of course you're getting your earphones and your cable. And cable wise, actually this reminds me of maybe a Moondrop Chew cable, but this might be one of the best cables that I've seen for the $20 range. If you guys can see, it's quite silky there. Reminds me of maybe a Moondrop SSR SSP type of cable here. So definitely for this price point, really surprising here, as you guys can see. And of course you're getting your 2-pin connector here as well, and an L plug here at the top. One of the best cables that I've seen. So this might be one of the few maybe cables that I won't replace for this price point. And yeah, I just reviewed the Tangzu Weiner, and it was cool, but I would say this is better in terms of the cable quality. But let's check out what you are getting with the loads themselves. Actually, first impressions here, again, this is maybe similar to the size of the SSR SSPs. They are in the smaller side for sure. So for people with smaller ears, this is definitely something that you can explore. And as you guys can see, you have that glossy, maybe metallic sides. And yeah, the build quality, again, quite nice here overall. You're getting that metal sides. Of course, you're getting your plastic build quality here at the side. Insertion is maybe fair, a little bit more compared to some others, and you're getting that maybe blocky design here in the insertion as well. So this might be good for a lot of ears because it's small IEM, so easier to fit with most ears here. If you look at that, guys, And that the side is actually not see-through, so I was thinking that this might be see-through design, but it is not. So it's plastic, maybe resin plastic. I would say not the highest quality that I've seen, but that definitely plays well in that $20 price point. And of course, you're getting the 2-pin connector at the side. And here, in the side, you're getting your logo, and with some features there, and some writings there at the side, and you're getting that air holes as well, or seems to be air holes. You're not getting maybe some fins, which is something that can be good for some, but maybe this will be less stable to the ear. But I would say this is tastefully done for $20 here. Again, no misalignment that we have seen in some other IEMs. So this is nice looking IEM. So this reminds me of the more expensive Simgot for sure. But yeah, this plays well in this price point. But yeah, let's try to put this in and the cables in. Whereas we are now wearing it on the ear, and then this is what it looks like. Definitely a small IEM here. Again, the fit reminds me of a Moondrop SSR, SSP, maybe type of fit. But yeah, on the ear here, actually the isolation is pretty good. So yeah, the insertion is a bit more compared to some other IEMs that I have seen. So the isolation is actually very good here. So this does isolate my voice quite a bit. Stability is really good as well because of that maybe deeper insertion here. So stability, something that I can use for maybe a little bit more extraneous activity. So maybe when outside, this won't budge, which is definitely nice. And because it's a small IEM, I can maybe put it maybe a bit deeper to the ear, which makes this a little more stable. And also in terms of the comfort, because it's a small IEM, it's quite breathable to the ear, so you can maybe listen to this for a long listening session without any issues. But maybe just one issue is yeah, the insertion is a bit deep. So for some people, it might not be maybe your preference. Maybe it reminds me of the Moondrop Chew as well, but less blocky than the Moondrop Chew, because yeah, the Moondrop Chew has a bit more edgy maybe sides here. This is a bit more contoured, so this is a bit maybe more comfortable to wear than the Moondrop Chew. Also, we now did some measurements on the Simgot EW100. So yeah, maybe some similarities to the big brother Simgot here. Has definitely that treble to boot, but also has some similarities to our budget maybe IEMs like the Salnote Zero, the Moondrop Chew as well. So some trends are similar there, but of course this is still its own thing. So going to you know, from the bass region, you have maybe a lot of similarities compared to the Salnote Zero here. So from the bass region, you're getting that similar maybe rise to maybe around 100 hertz, and then going down to around 1K, you do have some similarities. And it does have that maybe 1.5K hump, both of them, and goes down to around 2.5K. But if you look at the 3K and the 8K here, your Simgot will have maybe higher readings of those. So this will be a more trebly maybe IEM compared to your Salnote Zero. And then it goes down to around 10K with maybe a lot of similarities here, and going up to your 12K. So you're getting your 12K peak here as well. But definitely the bigger difference here is the 3 to 5K. So this plays well with our new maybe budget chimes here, but this has a bit more treble. So this might be something, you know, for people who likes a bit more maybe sizzle on top here, compared to what we're getting with the Chew and the Salnote Zero. But let's try to listen to some tunes. First impressions, this definitely has more sizzle compared to what you are getting with your Salnotes and even your Chew as well. This definitely has a bit of more treble on top. So definitely for some tracks, and actually for some people, especially if you like treble, if you like that maybe more shine for me on top, this might be something that you can consider over the Zero and also the Moondrop Chews. Yeah, the vocals are a bit more maybe forward in the mix, more bright in the presentation in the mix. It pushes through the mix a bit more. And the presentation here maybe is more like a Tangzu Wayner, in the presentation, has that warmth in the overall sound, but this is actually a bit cleaner compared to maybe the Tangzu Wayner in the presentation. So this reminds me of the bigger brother, Simgot for sure. Going to the bass region, so actually this is quite mellow bass for me, and it's actually maybe smaller compared to what we're getting with the maybe Sal Note Zero and even the Tangzu Wayner. So it's not an overwhelming maybe upfront bass for me, so this is a bit more toned down in that regard. Like here in Let's Groove by Earth, Wind and Fire, it's not that big of a bass for me. So maybe the bass reminds me, or maybe this is closer to the Moondrop Chew in the bass region. So for sure, for those who like bass, you might like the Zero a bit more, or maybe the Tangzu Wayner a bit more over this. This is a bit more toned down bass for me. Maybe it reminds me of the SSP, SSR type of vibe in a way. In terms of the bass presentation here, maybe closer to that. But yeah, maybe for me, this lacking a bit of oomph for me in the bass. Let's try some vocals here. Let's try some maybe Bon Jovi, It's My Life. Yeah, for the vocals, definitely more of a brighter vocal presentation. This has that monitor qualities to the sound. So this has that maybe live monitoring type of vibe for the vocals here. It's quite upfront for me in the mix. I would use this for live monitoring for sure. So more so compared to the Tangzu Wayner, more so compared to the Sal Note Zero. So the vocals, bright vocal presentation, especially for even here for male vocals. This has actually a bit of shout for me. So maybe it's that revealing to listen to, that it has a bit of shout. So this is not the most tame vocals. And maybe one issue for me here in the vocals is it has that maybe glassy nature to the presentation. So it's not the thickest presentation here. So it's that maybe cleaner of a presentation compared to your usual dynamic drivers. So this might be one of the cleaner presentations for dynamic drivers that I've seen for this price point. Maybe it reminds me of the SSR. Actually, in a way. Let's try some September by Earth, Wind and Fire. Actually, the separation is really good for me here in the Simgot. Separation is, especially for dynamic drivers, maybe one of the best that I've seen for this price point. Because of the more toned down bass and the cleaner presentation as well. It's one of the better separations that I've seen. Let's try some female vocals, Into You by Ariana Grande. Yeah, female vocals here, very nice for me. Because of that, brighter presentation, a bit more 4K, 5K. Female vocals, spot on in the presentation. So you will enjoy this for female vocals. The positioning is really nice. Yeah, definitely the vocals here is one of the highlight for me, if not the highlight of this IEM. Let's try some top end here. Let's try some guitar tracks, maybe some Jumping In by Joe Satriani. You're going to some guitar tracks. Of course, you're getting your 12K. You're getting your treble elevation. So the shine for guitars is here in the mix. So definitely revealing maybe guitars here to listen to. It has a bit of harshness though for me in the overall listen. But actually the detail retrieval here is to the ear a bit better compared to maybe some other $20 pairs that I have seen for dynamic driver. This has a bit more of that maybe BA qualities to the sound, even for dynamic driver, which is quite surprising. So definitely the detail, retrieval, and maybe the shine is what you're paying for here compared to our other $20 counterparts. But actually maybe one downside for me here is because of that maybe shine, the cymbals not the best bodied cymbals for me. With the soundstage, average to above average, pretty good, pretty okay. Going to separation, really good. One of the best that I've seen for dynamic drivers. I'm going to micro detail, really good for dynamic drivers in this price point, I'd say. Maybe one of the better ones for dynamic drivers that I have seen. And going to tonality, this in the colder side of things. So this is something that you can use for maybe some mixing or maybe some production work, some music production work. And again, for some live monitoring, this is quite awesome as well because of that treble. So what do I think of the Simgot EW100? So actually for the price point, this is quite impressive for me. So there's not much IEMs with this kind of sound in this price point because yeah, the bass is really controlled here for me. Nice separation, pretty good micro detail for dynamic driver. You're getting a nice fit to the ear, nice cables as well. And you're getting that maybe tuning for live monitoring situations, colder tonality. something that you can use for maybe some music production work, and that vocals to boot as well. Really revealing sound here. So for those people who's into that, maybe treble brightness in the presentation, brighter vocal presentation as well, for if you're into the top end, this definitely has that qualities that you're looking for. And if you're looking for a dynamic driver as well, this should be in your short list. Of course, some cons, this has a bit of shoutiness for me, and some harshness for me on top as well. So for those people who are sensitive to fatigue and harshness, this might not be your pick. And also that maybe thin maybe cymbals, another con for me. So not the perfect IEM here for $20. But I would say I really welcome this maybe entry to the $20 pairs, because there's nothing that sounds like this in this price point, and that is what I really like, especially for collectors, of course. So will I choose this over maybe the Salnote Zero or the Tangzu Wayner? I would say for a first IEM, no, but this might be a good supplement to that, because it's a different maybe sound. So yeah, Tangzu and the Salnotes may quite similar in the sound there. This and the Chew might be a bit closer for me, but still the Chew is a bit different. This still has more maybe top end for me compared to that. So this still different compared to the Chew. So this is something that you can, if you like treble for the day, this might be something that you can pick. More revealing, more maybe live monitoring type of sound. This might be something that you can pick for maybe more casual listening situations. Maybe you can listen to the Tangzu if you like maybe a more all-rounder. Maybe the Salnote Zero, and as well as the Chew there. So still has different maybe types of sound, but definitely for maybe a monitoring maybe type of sound, this is one of the better ones for the $20 range for sure. This might compete actually with more maybe dual driver counterparts, like maybe some KZs, some TRN, something like that, the dual driver counterparts, because this has a bit more micro detail compared to what you're getting with some maybe other IEMs in this price point. So this is closer to that in that regard, closer to our live monitoring sound. So yeah, different maybe dynamic driver, but still this dynamic driver. So this doesn't have your BA sound, and some people really like their dynamic driver sound. So definitely if you're into dynamic drivers, you might not like those maybe dual drivers. This is something that you can pick with that. So yeah, really welcome competitor in the $20 space for sure. And happy to see that Simgot is competing and is competing with this space as well. So yeah, that's my take with the Simgot EW100. Some other maybe IEMs that I want to check out is the Moondrop Chew 2. So yeah, the Chew might be one of the more hype IEMs around. So it's nice that they followed it up really quickly actually. So I can't remember when I reviewed the Chew, but I feel that it hasn't been that long for a 2 to come out, because yeah, some other IEMs takes a long time for a second maybe iteration, but the Chew quite fast. So nice for us maybe $20 enthusiasts, budget enthusiasts, to have more maybe options in the budget space for sure. Yeah, that's it for my review. Yeah, this is a more casual review. If you learned something, of course, leave a like and subscribe for content like this in the future. What do you think of the EW100P? Have you listened to this? What do you think of them? Of course, let me know down in the comments below. Some plug. So I do have a new game incoming. So it's Tower of Cards. So I do want to talk about this in the future, because I do have actually a new setup at the time exploring, of course, and it's a bit easier for me to shoot with this setup. It's a bit more casual, but I can make more content in this way. So I would love to talk about more stuff in the future. So yeah, Tower of Cards, feel free to like my new page. All my work is gonna be there. It's gonna be released in Steam and PC for Steam Deck as well. So if you're into indie games, make sure you check that out. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt review. Bye.